You're exhausted, stressed, running on empty. Work demands more, family needs more, your phone never stops buzzing, your to-do list never ends. And somewhere in all that chaos, you disappeared. You can't remember the last time you felt calm, rested, actually present in your own life. This is Discover Complete Balance by Sherri P. Sparks, and it's not another wellness book telling you to meditate for 20 minutes and drink green smoothies. This is a complete roadmap, mind, body, soul, all working together, all balanced, all whole. Because here's the truth, you can't fix one part and ignore the others. Balance isn't about perfecting your schedule or finding more hours in the day. Balance is about creating harmony across every dimension of your life: physical health, mental clarity, emotional resilience, spiritual peace. When all four work together, that's when transformation happens. Chapter 1. The Myth of Work-Life Balance. Let's start by destroying a lie. The lie that's been sold to you for years. Work-life balance, as if work is on one side of a scale and life is on the other. As if you can separate the two. As if balance means equal time for everything. It doesn't. You're a single person, not two people. You don't leave your stress at the office. You don't stop thinking about work at home. And you don't magically become a different person, depending on where you are. Real balance isn't about dividing time equally. It's about integration. It's about aligning your priorities so that nothing in your life is constantly draining you, while something else is being ignored. Most people approach balance wrong. They think if I just work less, I'll have more time for myself. So they cut work hours. But nothing changes, because the problem wasn't the hours, it was how they were showing up. Scattered, distracted, exhausted. True balance means being present wherever you are, fully engaged at work, fully present at home, not physically there while your mind is somewhere else. And it starts with clarity, what actually matters to you, not what should matter, not what matters to your parents or your partner or society, what matters to you. Write it down. Your top 5 priorities: career, family, health, creativity, connection, whatever they are, name them. Now look at your calendar, your bank account, your energy. Are you actually investing in those priorities, or are you letting life happen to you instead of designing it intentionally? That's the first step, clarity, because you can't balance what you haven't defined. Chapter 2, Mindfulness. The anchor in the storm. Your mind never stops. Even when you're trying to relax, it's running, planning, worrying, replaying conversations, creating scenarios that haven't happened. This constant mental noise, it's killing your peace, and you can't balance your life when your mind is chaos. Mindfulness is the antidote, not as some mystical practice, as a practical tool, a way to stop the mental spiral and come back to now. Most people think mindfulness means sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, trying not to think. That's meditation. Mindfulness is simpler. It's awareness. It's noticing what's happening right now, without judgment, without reaction. You're washing dishes. Instead of planning tomorrow's meeting, you feel the warm water, the texture of soap, the weight of the plate. That's mindfulness. You're talking to your child. Instead of thinking about your inbox, you listen, really listen to their words, their tone, their emotion. That's mindfulness. You're eating lunch. Instead of scrolling your phone, you taste your food, chew slowly, notice flavors. That's mindfulness. It sounds simple. It is simple, but it's not easy, because your brain is wired to wander, to anticipate, to protect you from threats that don't exist anymore. So you train it. You bring it back, over and over, not perfectly, just consistently. Start small, 5 minutes a day. Sit, breathe, notice when your mind wanders, and it will gently bring it back to your breath. No judgment, no frustration, just return. That practice, It rewires your brain. It creates space between stimulus and response. It reduces anxiety. It improves focus. It makes you more resilient. Mindfulness isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about changing your relationship with them. You're not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind them. And that awareness, that's where peace lives. Chapter 3, Physical Wellness. Your body is the foundation. You can't think clearly when your body is exhausted. You can't feel emotionally balanced when you're physically drained. And you can't sustain success if your health collapses. Your body isn't separate from your mind. It's the vessel, the foundation, the platform everything else builds on. So let's talk about the basics. Not complicated biohacking, not extreme fitness, just the fundamentals that most people ignore. Movement. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need an hour. You need to move. Every day in some way. Walk, stretch, dance, lift something heavy, play with your kids, do yoga, whatever you enjoy, whatever you'll actually do. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Exercise isn't punishment for eating. It's celebration of what your body can do. It's stress relief. It's mental clarity. It's energy creation, not depletion. Aim for 30 minutes a day, but if you only have 10, do 10. Movement compounds. Small daily actions create massive long-term results. Nutrition. You are what you eat. Literally, every cell in your body is made from the food you consume. Eat real food, not processed, not packaged, not loaded with sugar and chemicals. Real food, vegetables, protein, healthy fats, whole grains, and drink water. So much water. Your body is 60% water. Your brain is 75% water. When you're dehydrated, everything suffers. Energy, focus, mood, digestion. Stop drinking your calories. Stop eating mindlessly. Stop using food to numb emotions. Eat to fuel, to nourish, to sustain. Sleep. This is non-negotiable. You cannot be balanced without sleep. Period. 7 to 9 hours. Every night. Not when you can. Every single night. Your body heals during sleep. Your brain consolidates memories. Your immune system strengthens. Your hormones regulate. Sleep isn't laziness. It's biological necessity. Create a routine. Same bedtime. Same wake time. Even on weekends. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Make your room dark, cool, quiet. Prioritize sleep the way you prioritize work, because without it, everything else falls apart. Chapter 4, Emotional Resilience, Feeling Without Breaking. Balance isn't the absence of stress, it's the ability to handle stress without collapsing. Life will throw chaos at you, loss, disappointment, rejection, failure, conflict. You can't avoid it. But you can build resilience, the capacity to feel it, process it, and move forward. Most people do one of two things with emotions. They suppress them, or they explode. Neither works. Suppression builds pressure. Eventually it erupts. In anger, in illness, in burnout. Explosion damages relationships, destroys trust, creates regret. Resilience is the middle path, feeling without drowning, expressing without destroying. Name the emotion. When something hits you, pause. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Anger, fear, sadness, disappointment? Naming it takes power away from it. It shifts you from reaction to observation. Feel it fully. Don't rush past it. Don't numb it with food, alcohol, shopping, or scrolling. Sit with it. Let it move through you. Emotions are temporary. They pass, but only if you let them. Choose your response. Once you've felt it, decide how to act. Not from the emotion, from your values, from who you want to be. You're angry at your partner. Feel it, then decide. Do you lash out, or do you communicate calmly? The emotion is valid. The action is your choice. Build your support system. You weren't meant to do this alone. Find people who get it, who listen without judgment, who support without fixing. Therapy, coaching, friends, family, community. Whoever helps you process and grow. Lean on them. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Emotional resilience isn't about being tough. It's about being flexible, bending without breaking, feeling without drowning. That's strength. Chapter 5, Spiritual Connection. Finding meaning beyond the noise. This isn't about religion, unless it is for you. This is about connection to something bigger than yourself, to purpose, to meaning, to the part of you that knows there's more to life than deadlines and obligations. Most people are so busy surviving, they forget to ask why. Why am I here? What matters? What legacy do I want to leave? Without answers to those questions, balance is impossible, because you're chasing goals that don't align with your soul. Define your values. What do you stand for? Honesty, compassion, growth, freedom, creativity, service. Your values are your compass. When decisions align with them, you feel peace. When they don't, you feel friction. Pay attention to that friction. It's telling you something. Create rituals. Rituals ground you. They connect you to something beyond the chaos. It could be morning coffee in silence, journaling, prayer, meditation, a walk in nature, gratitude practice. Whatever centers you, whatever reminds you that life is more than tasks. Do it daily. Make it sacred. Serve something beyond yourself. Purpose comes from contribution, from giving, from making a difference. It doesn't have to be grand. Volunteer, mentor someone, help a neighbor, create something that matters. When you serve, you stop obsessing about your own problems. You gain perspective. You feel connected. You remember why you're here. Spiritual connection isn't luxury. It's necessity. It's the foundation that holds everything else together when life gets hard. Chapter 6, Real-Life Integration, Putting It All Together. Theory is useless without practice. So let's talk about how this actually works in real life. Morning routine. Start your day with intention. Not scrolling, not reacting. Intention. 5 minutes of mindfulness, movement, healthy breakfast, gratitude. Set your intention for the day. This isn't selfish, it's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. Boundary setting. Learn to say no to things that drain you, to people who take without giving, to commitments that don't align with your priorities. Boundaries aren't mean. They're self-respect. And when you respect yourself, others will too. Regular check-ins. Once a week review. What went well? What didn't? Am I still aligned with my priorities? What needs adjustment? Balance isn't static. It's dynamic. You adjust. You adapt. You course correct. Celebrate progress. You're not going to nail this perfectly. You'll slip. You'll overcommit. You'll forget to move or eat well, or rest. That's okay. What matters is that you notice, that you adjust, that you keep trying. Celebrate small wins. Every time you choose presence over distraction, every time you honor a boundary, every time you move your body or fuel it well, that's progress. Balance is a practice, not a destination. You're never going to arrive at perfect balance, because balance isn't a place, it's a practice. Some days work demands more. Some days family needs you. Some days you need to focus on yourself. That's not failure, that's life. What matters is that you're aware, that you're intentional, that you're making choices aligned with what matters most: mind, body, soul. When all three are tended to, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're whole, you're balanced. This isn't easy, but it's worth it. Because the alternative, burnout, resentment, a life lived on autopilot. You deserve better. You deserve presence, peace, purpose, vitality, connection. And it starts today. Not when things calm down, not when you have more time. Today, pick one thing, one small change, move your body, practice mindfulness, set a boundary, rest. That one thing becomes two, two becomes three, and slowly your life transforms. You discover complete balance, not perfection, balance, and that changes everything.